Good morning. I'm coming to you from my kitchen once again. Today is the day after Thanksgiving, so it's Black Friday. Instead of shopping, what I'm doing is putting my Thanksgiving leftovers into my food preps. So, what that means, I'm canning, and this is leftover turkey. I've already made a casserole that we'll be heating up today with leftovers. And we've saved some turkey to make turkey sandwiches, and then this is what's left over. I'm going to top these jars off with broth that I'm making from my turkey carcass. In this pot is a whole big onion, several big chunks of carrots. See if I can show you those carrots here. Let me go soon. You can see the onion skins are in here. The turkey skin is in here. And I got big carrots in here. My onions went in as big chunks. That's a piece of it. And everything's cooking down. I added some turmeric to it. I've added parsley, poultry seasoning, and I think that was it. And celery seeds. And I was out of celery. Normally I would just throw in a big chunk of celery, or even just the root ball of the celery that you normally throw away. I'm going to make some changes because I'm finding out the broth is super easy to do. You can do the same thing with chicken, beef bones, just about any meat that you want to make a broth from. Save the carcass, save the bones, cook them down, and you can just see, look at the wonderful color. And this had color to it before I added the turmeric. So, I saved even the bones from dinner yesterday from the turkey legs. So everything's in here. The gizzard is in here. The neck bone is in here. I don't know if I can find it for you. But yeah, we got a little bit of everything that was left over is in this pot. And right now, it smells just as good as a baking turkey, but look at that broth. It's going to make a great broth. And what we're going to use the broth for, top off our turkey. Excuse me. Oh, sorry, sneezing. I put only 1 pinch of canning salt on these for preserving. There's no salt in this. We made a huge pot of collard greens yesterday. And I did the huge pot because, one, I had 2 huge bags of greens I had to cook down. And I didn't want them to go to waste, so we cooked them all at one time in the pressure canner, or the pressure cooker, because I have a pressure cooker. And I'm just reheating these to do a hot pack this morning. I'm hoping to get 3 whole pints of this. And basically what this will do is go into a vegetable soup down the road. So say I want to do a turkey vegetable soup. I'll throw a pint of collard greens in, carrots, potatoes, or even noodles like an egg noodle, and a jar of that homemade turkey there, and we'll have a great turkey soup. I will bring this back to you guys when it's all canned up. I don't even have the canner going yet because I've got my jars out and my broth is on my big boiler, my big burner. I'm not with it yet this morning. It's early. But basically, that's what I'm doing. I got my lids ready to go. I got my jars over by the sink right now. They're already cleaned and ready to be filled. I'm just waiting for this broth here to cook down some more. If I wanted to, I could pull the chunks of the onions and the carrots out, and I could chop those up. And I could actually make a turkey soup, a vegetable turkey soup today if I wanted to, and can it. But between the broth, the meat, and the collard greens, I think I'll be busy enough. So, but that's my plan for today, and I'll bring you back as I proceed through this process. See you in a little bit. Okay, everybody, here's where I'm at right now. I got my 3 half pints of turkey in the canner. I got 4 full pints of collard greens. My turkey broth is still simmering, and basically I wanted to show you the carcass is all falling apart now. That big breast carcass is in pieces, and the more I actually disturb the the pot, the more it falls apart. So that's cooking down beautiful. It smells wonderful. I did take the broth from this pot to top off my turkey in the canner, so the flavor from here will be in that turkey. We also saved all the juice from the collard greens that did not fit in the jars. And I'm going to show you what else we're doing. Miss Allie over here is working with mustard greens. These are freshly picked out of the garden. They are organically grown. And she's looking very professional here. This is her first time processing mustard greens. Don't go too fast. Go slow on your fingers. Never want to cut a finger because I don't want it in my canning. But we're going to cook up some mustard greens and we're going to can them because we really don't have a meal plan for them and we don't want to waste them. So we're going to can those up. And that's the update to this point. As soon as this stuff is in the canner and Ellie and I have to go out and pick some green beans out of the garden, we're going to can those up as well if we get enough of them to fill at least 1 quart jar. So that's the game plan, and we're still working this morning. And my kitchen's a mess, but not as bad as yesterday, which was Thanksgiving Day. So we're excited, we're processing, we're preserving our food. We're not wasting anything from the holiday or from the garden this year. This is going to be a very exciting year for us for canning. Our game plan is we have turkey left over. We're going to make a turkey salad to make turkey sandwiches for lunch today. And then we have a casserole in the refrigerator, which is basically a layer of turkey, the leftover turkey gravy, the leftover corn, a layer of collard greens, and then the leftover stuffing is put on top. I will try and get you at least a picture or a video of that as well. So we'll be back in a little bit. Okay guys, I'm back and here's where I'm at right now. I've got mustard green, collard greens, turkey. Mustard green, collard greens, turkey in the canner right now, processing. And I have to be around 10 pounds. I'm a little bit over. I have the heat turned down to bring it back to 10 pounds. I'm barely above sea level, so 10 pounds is where I have to can at. And it depends on your location. You have to check on that. But that is under pressure. The timer is set. And because they're pints and half pints, I'm going to process this for 1 total hour, which is 60 minutes. The other thing where I'm at right now is I've taken all the turkey bones, skin, everything out of here. We did sieve it once the bulk was taken out. And instead of throwing things away, I hate to waste, okay? Here's what I've done. The carrots, bay leaf, and turkey I was able to get off the bone, and some of the onions are in this jar ready to be canned. This is the start of a great turkey soup. So all I need to do is take this out, chop the carrots a little bit, if I even decide to do that, and throw some noodles in here, or maybe even some potatoes, and I've got turkey soup. It's that simple. And Allie and I ran out to the garden. We picked some green beans, and we're going to process those when we do the broth. The green beans do not need to process as long as the turkey broth and soup, but because the canner is going to be going, I'm going to put them all in together and it'll get done. I did add a half a teaspoon, of salt to my green beans, and that's for preserving it, of course. Okay, and that's where I'm at right now. Right now I'm filling my jars with turkey broth, and this is all turkey broth now. I'm hoping to get at least 3 to 4 quarts out of this, and before I put them in the canner, I'll let you know what I ended up getting. And this is probably a 12 to 16 quart pan that I cook the turkey carcass down in. Let me show you what's left of the turkey carcass. We're going to go through this and pick out some yummy stuff for the dogs. As you can see, there's the heart, the liver is in there. There are some knuckles. We're going to take this out. This is a bone. But that was in the bottom of the pan once we finished sieving it. And then this is all the turkey what's left of the onion, that's all in here. This will all go in the garbage, but he's going to go through and take a few yummies out for the dogs and give them a treat today. And that's kind of where I'm at right now. I will be canning the rest of the day, and at least for the next 2 or 3 hours, let's put it that way. Because at some point I'm going to need to sit down. My feet are already getting sore. And we go from there. So as soon as I hit the next step, I'll bring you along for that as well. Okay, everybody, I'm back. My collard greens and turkey are out of the canner and cooling. And my next batch is going in, which is the turkey broth, the turkey soup, and the green beans. So those items are going into the canner next. And I'm going to do a whole separate series because we're working on a pumpkin as well. But I'm going to do something separate for that. But this is how far I've gotten. It's now 11:19. I've been working on this since about 8 o'clock this morning. So we're getting done, and as soon as all this canning is done, I'll be sitting down putting my feet up. I'll come back when this is out of the canner to show you the finished product. But so far things are going wonderful. A couple of my jars over there have already sealed, which is yay. And I'll be back with you in a few minutes. Okay, my final video for the canning from today. Collard greens, successful can. Mustard greens, successful can. Turkey, very successful can. Turkey soup base, successful can. Green beans, successful. And I got 3 quarts of turkey broth. 1 did not seal. You hear that? That is a fake. That is a false seal there. That is a no good. So that jar will have to be refrigerated, and we'll probably end up using that real soon because we have a lot of Thanksgiving leftovers we can use this with. Pumpkin, very good seal, and they look absolutely beautiful. So pumpkin is a success. And I had told you I made a casserole, and that's what's left. And I still got at least 2 people still eating. But basically it was turkey with gravy, layered with corn, collard greens, and then the stuffing, which is right here, was layered on top. And I just put it back in the oven and reheated it today for dinner. So everything went well. We're done canning, and I'd say it was a huge success. And I'm excited for it, and I can't wait to share this with you all. And thank you for following me, and have a blessed day.